Tesla sat sideways today, but while it sat sideways, we saw $494 million worth of confirmed bullish flow, which means confirmed call options on Tesla. And we're going to go over in this video why that's so important, why the fact that it's confirmed bullish flow is so important. We're going to go over the actual options that came through, so the exact strikes and dates, and we're going to go over some price targets that you guys should be watching for. Now, I am currently in a position right now with some April calls. We went over that in detail in yesterday's video, which you guys should go back and watch if you want to see the exact position. Now, you guys can go into our blog, which is thtcommunity.com. Go to the analysis and blog section, and you can read this entire free blog that we have going over each and every single one of the alerts and how you can read them when it comes to unusual options flow. But basically, for anybody who is new, the options market is completely different than the stock market. And the options market has volume, which is basically contracts being traded every single day, the same way that the stock market has. But the options market is much smaller, so it is much easier for us to find unusual buying patterns, which is what we're seeing here. Now, in a normal day, it's very hard to dictate anything unusual with something like Tesla. Main reason is because there's usually too much volume. Usually I don't trade Tesla that much. I don't trade SPY that much either because there's a lot of hedging that happens. But something that's so stark and different today is the fact that it was all mainly confirmed bullish flow. And the way that you can tell that is that all of the flow came in on the ask or above the ask. So the market, whether it's the options market or like a derivative like the options market, or even something like the underlying like the stock market, there's always going to be two buyers or two people in the transaction, a buyer and a seller. The buyer is going to be the bid price and the seller is going to be the ask price. Now, the way that we can tell that these calls are actually calls that are bullish, meaning this is not somebody selling covered calls like a hedge fund who's hedging a position. The way that we can tell that these are actually bullish and purchased in that manner is because these came in at the ask or above the ask, which means that we know for sure that they are bullish. So when we're looking at this heat map here, it's going to look like an Excel spreadsheet. For anybody who did bad in school like myself, you're at first probably like, dude, what the hell is this? But basically in the middle, just like an options chain, we have the strike prices. So you can see here that the closest strike price is $177.50. You're going to see that there's a bunch of numbers here. C0, so this column all the way down, those are calls that expire within 1 week, which would be this Friday, March 15th. If you go over to C1, this is going to be anything 1 week out past, from this week. So this is within a week, this is 1 week out. So this is going to be next Friday. And then C2 is going to be 2 weeks out or further. And you can see that, yes, there's a lot of big flow that came in here. All these unusual options, or what people would think would be unusual options. But the reason that they're not to us is they're not green. And the reason that they're not green, it means that they are not confirmed. It could be bullish, but we only care about what we can actually prove in this manner. And so that's why we only focus on the green cells here. And we did have a lot of them. Now, something that you'll also notice is, wait, in the put side, how come we have so much green in the put side? Well, for those of you who are newer to options, when you buy a put, you're usually bearish. But like we said, there's two people in the transaction at all times. So someone's on the other side. If you're buying a put and you're bearish, the person selling it to you is bullish. And so all of these people are in these positions. They confirmed that selling this on the bid, which means that that's actually confirmed cash secured put. All these people are betting that Tesla will not close below $166. So this aspect here is not massively bullish. It's just a very good sign that we're coming in at a support and that we probably won't see anything lower than 162 or 166 in the short term. But all of this confirmed flow that came through today in the short term is definitely unusual. And you can see that these are all 315 calls. And for the most part, these people have not closed out their positions. So I do think that there is a very high chance that we could probably see Tesla bounce here. Now, looking at the 15-minute chart here, and we'll also be looking at the 1 hour in a minute, but we finally started to find the support. Yesterday, we were talking about this resistance as well of 182 and how we needed to actually confirm the break above 182 in order to move our way back up to potentially a high of $200. Now, we have a bullish order block today that was actually formed here. This big sell-off creates this block. If we take a horizontal line here and we go to the middle, this is where our equilibrium is. So I was expecting the chance that we could potentially see one more dip back down to 175 before testing a bounce to go long. And I do think that we will probably find this bottom here. And I think that there's a very good chance that we will probably see this bounce back up. Now, the question is, how far back up? If we go and take a Fibonacci retracement from 205, which is our high, down to our low most recently, you're going to notice the equilibrium, which I don't have up, will probably be right around here at 89.20. But what we're really looking to do is short here in our opportunity zone. So I'm looking to run Tesla from 177 up to about 195. Then from 195, we could be looking to definitely close out our long position, but potentially even look to maybe go short and ride our wave back down to $165. Because the one thing that I will say is, while I think that Tesla is getting close to finding a bottom here, we still have a 165 order block on the daily chart that's still here. Now, the cool thing about the charting software that I use, which is TrendSpider, is that you can use multi-time frame analysis. So we have our order blocks and everything set up here on the 15-minute, but I can actually overlay where the daily order blocks are. And so we know there's a daily order block at 165. If we pop back out, you're going to see right there where that is, and also where the weekly is. So I think it's worth being long here. I took a long position. I have some April calls. Let me know what you guys think down in the description. If you want to trade with me every day, go check out our Discord community. Link is in the description. See you guys next time.